Good morning and welcome back to our journalism broadcast program. I'm one of your hosts, Christian Compton.
And I'm your co-host, Caitlin Sanderson.
And today we're going to be bringing you a special feature segment concerning Lakewood's FFA Week activities. Joining us today for this discussion will be FFA Chapter President, Ms. Ivy Benenhaley.
Hi.
Thank you for being here, Ivy.
Glad to be here.
Of course, our co-host who happens to be the Vice President of FFA, Caitlin Sanderson.
And our Lakewood FFA reporter, Ms. Lauren Beam. Thank you for being here, Lauren.
Thanks, Caitlin.
And our Lakewood FFA Secretary, Ms. Madison Harris. Thank you for being here, Madison.
All right, wonderful. So without further ado, we'll just jump into the questions. So we'll start with you, Ivy, being the president. So can you maybe tell us, I know most people on campus probably think they know what FFA is about, but for those of us who don't, will you tell us what FFA is about exactly?
FFA stands for the Future Farmers of America, and it's the largest national youth organization with over 550,000 members. It's teaching students how to better their personal growth, career development options, and it's teaching us a lot about leadership and being better leaders for our communities and for our fellow students.
Right. So FFA is not just a farming club. Is that correct? Because I know you've heard the stereotype before. People think
we do a lot of things with agricultural development and things like that. But we also work on public speaking, Parley Pro, which is the things that they do when in the legislative.
Oh, right. Like, okay, I got you.
Yeah.
You want to? Okay. Specifically now, let's talk a little bit about FFA Week, because that's the point of this.
Madison, what would you say the purpose of FFA Week is?
I think the purpose of FFA Week is to recruit new members and to celebrate the history of the National FFA.
Lauren, what do you, just from your perspective?
I mean, honestly, I agree with Madison. It's just pretty much to get the current members more involved and to recruit more members.
Yeah, I think basically what they said, just to get more members involved and to celebrate the history of the organization that we serve in.
I think it's just mainly about the whole school coming together and celebrating this, and not just only the members. And you also have other schools getting involved with it too, and just all of us coming together.
Yeah, it's like every school, every FFA chapter across the country is involved in this week, and we're doing different activities throughout the week to get our FFA name out there. And
so this is a national thing. This
yes.
whole week is a national
Yes,
designated week. Oh, okay. So not just here at Lakewood. Then.
Yeah.
Now, specific activities planned. I know you guys already, have had. Obviously, today you had to wear official dress, and I believe yesterday was Monday was dressed like a farmer day, correct?
Yes.
What else are you guys doing this week?
Well, tomorrow we're taking our officers to the State House for Legislative Day. Thursday, I believe, is Camouflage Day, so anybody in the club or anybody else doing out of school really can wear camouflage. And Friday is FFA Color Day, which is National Blue and Corn Gold, so we just call it Blue and Gold Day. And we're also having our Muddy Truck contest Friday.
That was Friday.
Yes, sir.
And now specifics for entering in that contest? You want to tell the students a little bit about any of you what they have to do if they want to be involved in that contest?
They just give them a time to be here, and you just bring a muddy truck and park it in the back of the parking
So anybody
lot.
can participate in
Right.
that?
Yeah.
All right, I got you. Now with Legislative Day, somebody want to talk a little bit about that? Because I'm not an FFA, being not dressed in official dress, but what is that about? What are you guys doing during that trip?
Basically, we go to Columbia and we go to the State House and we meet with different state legislators and we just thank them for all they do for the FFA and for all their support and everything, and then we go eat pizza.
Right. Excellent. So now we'll shift from FFA Week for just a minute. We'll come back to it. But to talk more about what FFA is all about, because a lot of people really just don't get the message of it. Let's talk about the history of it. So anybody want to tackle talking about the history? I know it has a very wide-spanning history of being a club, but
Yeah, it was actually established in 1928 in Kansas by a couple farmers, actually. Pretty much the purpose of it was they wanted agriculture to get out there to younger people so they could understand. I mean, pretty much this nation was built on agriculture. They wanted to educate younger adults about it.
right.
And it's really weird because all of us sitting here that are in FFA are girls, but they didn't actually allow girls to be in the FFA until 1969. They actually had what were called FFA Sweethearts, which Lauren is FFA Sweetheart at Lakewood.
Congratulations.
And it was basically a girl that was allowed to do all the chapter activities with the guys, and it was just one girl per chapter nationwide until 1969.
Wow, that's interesting. And now I believe all the party's leadership this year, all the club's leadership this year is female, isn't it? The entire
Right.
officer team?
Yes.
All of us except for one.
Yeah.
Jonte Austin is our parliamentarian.
Oh, okay. All right. And the advisor, who are your advisors for FFA, for freshmen?
Mr. Sanderson and Ms. Benenhaley.
Oh, okay. So now, if anybody is interested in joining FFA, hypothetically, is that still possible at this point in the year?
I think so. You just they have to be able, the requirements to be in FFA, you have to have taken an agriculture or science class, and you have to pay your dues, which is $15, I believe. And you pay that to bookkeeping, and you just take your receipt to Mr. Sanderson or Ms. Benenhaley.
Right. Wonderful.
And you can participate in all of the rest of our activities that we're doing.
Mm-hmm. And now we're on the 4,000 hall filming right now, so we kind of have an advantage of seeing it. But did one of you guys want to talk about the decorations on the 4,000 towards the end? I know you guys have been working hard to get those decorations put up. What exactly is down there? What is that about?
Well, we have a couple FFA flags that we have strung across the tops of the walls, and we also have some posters. It took a while to get it on. It really did. The bulletin board's decorated really. If you get a chance, you should go down and look at it. It looks really.
We named that side of the hallway FFA Way.
Yeah.
FFA Way?
And it's hanging up above the double doors.
Right, and that's, for those of you who want to check that out, that's the end of the 4,000 hall, FFA Way. Now, what are some of the other activities that FFA does, other than FFA Week? I think Relay for Life, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, this year we're starting to do the Relay for Life, and we're just gonna start raising money. We're planting some plants in the greenhouses, which are the agricultural classes are doing those.
Right.
And then we're gonna sell them before Relay for Life and then during the event.
Okay, wonderful. Anything else you guys have planned for this year? Or is FFA Week kind of like the climax of all your yearly activities?
Well, I think, I don't really remember what exactly CDEs are doing, but we're doing some CDEs. We have state convention, that's in June, along with FFA camp, which is also in June. I feel like I'm missing something.
For our CDEs, which are our career development events, we are
Right.
doing dairy foods and Harley Pro.
And we also have a banquet at the end of the
Oh,
year,
yeah,
which you can buy tickets to, which I would strongly suggest coming because it's one of the best banquets you can go
Who
to.
can we buy tickets from if they're already on sale?
Well, here's the catch. You have to get a member to buy tickets for you because you have to be a guest of a member in the FFA.
Oh, okay.
So if you're friends with an FFA member, come see one of us. If you pay us $10, we will gladly buy you a ticket because it is an excellent banquet.
We'll have in the banquet. We will have a slideshow that Lauren will put together because she's our reporter of pictures that we've taken throughout the year, different activities we've done, and all of our officers will speak and introduce our honorary members, our chapter members, and our green hand members.
Now, let's talk about, if each of you wouldn't mind, maybe explaining what your specific officer position, the responsibilities of it are in FFA. We'll start with, of course, the President, Ivy.
Okay, well, the president is just, I'm the leader, but I'm not really the main leader because we all work together.
Right.
I just kind of, if a situation we get too involved in it,
Right, you
I
preside,
preside
correct?
over the
Right.
meetings. Make sure no one gets too enthusiastic about them, because then I'll get a little rowdy.
Right.
As vice president, I preside in the absence of our president. I wouldn't say there's a set thing that I'm in charge of. It's just we all work together in making this organization at Lakewood the best it can be.
Right.
Being reporter, I actually keep a chapter scrapbook and I take pictures throughout the year. I write articles to send to newspapers. I'll even talk on radio shows sometimes. And I'll work alongside my junior reporter, Danny Richardson.
Wow, that's a wonderful job. That sounds like what we're doing in here. All right, Madison.
As secretary, I keep an accurate record of all the meetings we hold, and I correspond with other secretaries throughout the state.
Right,
everything.
right. So you don't just work with Lakewood's FFA chapter, you work with other ones too, right?
Yeah.
Okay, wonderful. Welcome back and thank you for tuning back in. Just to refresh your memory, we are here today with some of the FFA officers to talk a little bit about FFA Week. My next question was just, somebody if you can estimate, how many members do you think FFA has here at Lakewood?
I think around 98, but
Wow.
because clubs are moved to after school now, we have about, what would you say, like 30 or 40 regular active members that show up to our club meetings. So the after school clubs have really hurt our club.
Right.
So,
Now, you guys meet after school, is what you're
right,
saying?
every month.
Every month. What, is there a specific day that we did other?
Whenever,
Whenever we're
Yeah,
all
whenever-
free.
yeah.
This
Right.
week, since it's FFA week, we are meeting during Gator Enrichment
Oh, right.
Right.
for our Ag Olympics.
Okay. What Ag Olympics? Tell me a little bit about those. If you
Ag
know about
Olympics
them.
are just crazy things that we do in the like that's the easiest way to explain it. Crazy things that we do in the FFA that it's a competition between whoever wants to compete, and we're doing a tractor pull. Are we doing
Seed
spitting?
spitting.
We're doing seed spitting.
Oh.
We're gonna see who can spit the sunflower
Yeah, so far
seed
super.
the farthest. We're also doing
Wrapping officer in toilet paper for
Wow.
grade levels.
wrapping the mummy, but you should
That's gonna be fun.
I think egg toss.
and we are doing egg toss.
And now, when are these going to be? Do you guys have a date yet, or is it just kind of still in plan?
It's
I
on
think
Thursday.
Thursday during,
Oh, Thursday.
Gator Enrichment.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And that's for FFA members.
Yes.
obviously. Oh, okay. All right. Wonderful.
Same as
Wonderful.
our candidate.
So, now, in conclusion, Madison, as my understanding, as secretary, you're also kind of in charge of the whole recruiting thing. Why don't we go around the table and have everybody say we have a student who they're thinking about joining FFA, but they're not 100% sure. What would you say to that student to get them to join?
Well, I think it's a very good idea to join FFA because it's such a great opportunity to be part of, like you said earlier, the largest youth group organization and attend many different, you have camps, conventions, and competitions. And through FFA, you can meet many new people, not just throughout the state, but nationally as well. And you gain many leadership qualities and other skills that you will take with you wherever you go.
Right. Lauren?
Definitely join. I never knew that I would end up where I am today. I never thought that I would become an officer. I never thought that I would come out of my shell and become more of an open person. There's a certain feeling that you get when you zip up your jacket, and it's a feeling unlike any other, and I want others to experience that also. And this will help you no matter what career field you go into.
Right.
I'll never forget my 9th grade ag teacher, Miss Lash. She told me that she wanted me to compete in the regional creed speaking competition. And in middle school, I was always like, I'll never be able to public speak. I'll never be able to open up in front of people. And the FFA really helped me do that by competing in that CPE and by being around people that were just like me. And so it helped me break out of my shell. So that's why I would encourage people to join, because it really helps you break out of that shell and meet other people just like you.
Ivy?
Well, I think all of those are good points, and I agree with all of them. That's why I joined, to meet new people and to come out of my shell a little bit. Because I never thought I would be as close to any of them as I am now, but they've become some of my best friends, and I don't know what I would do without them, any of the members. So it's a great organization, and you get to develop friendships with not just people at your school, but people in the same county at different schools with the friends that we made from Crestwood, and then all going all over the state, making new friends, and it's just a great opportunity.
So it sounds like FFA has a lot more to it than what would meet the eye. Once again, if you're interested in joining FFA, you can see any of the advisors. That would be Mr. Sanderson and Ms. Benenhaley, correct? And of course, you can also see any of the people sitting at this table right now, because I'm sure they would be glad to help you. So thank you all for being on our show this morning. I hope you enjoyed being here as much as we enjoyed having you. So we're now going to go ahead and wrap up our segment. So thank you all for tuning in to our Lakewood Journalism Broadcast program. We always appreciate your viewership, and of course we appreciate your feedback even more. You can write to us at lakewoodbroadcastprogram@gmail.com. Once again, that's lakewoodbroadcastprogram@gmail.com. We welcome any feedback, questions, comments, concerns, whatever, and you can of course ask to be on the show or suggest a topic. So thank you so much for tuning in. Once again, I'm one of your hosts, Christian Compton,
And I'm your co-host, Caitlin Sanderson.
and we hope you have an excellent day.